of the day, everyone. My name is Shraddha Garat and I'm coding educator from BrightCHAMPS. So, welcome you all to the first scripting tutorial where we are going to learn how we can do a simple coding in Roblox using Lua Language. Now, it doesn't matter whether you're pro in coding or whether you're just a beginner, because Lua Language is very much simple and comfortable to go with. So, let's just get started. Okay, so here we have our Roblox Studio, which is already installed in your system. You can just click on the icon and you will be able to see this environment on your screen. Let's go to the all template and we will open up any template of your choice. I'm just clicking on the classic base plate. Yeah, there you go. So this is the work area where we'll be creating our project. We will be designing it and also we will do the coding. Now, let me just make you understand few of the tabs that we are going to use during the scripting process. Okay, the very first one is the Explorer and the next one is the property. Now, let us understand what is Explorer and what we can do in it. So, Explorer is the place where you will find all the list of the objects that are present inside your game. You can also use the Explorer to select and work with paths if you are not able to see them in the game editor, in the game editor window which you have. Now, here comes the property, which is the very most important attributes in the Roblox Studio. Now, if you will just click on the model right on the top, and let's go to the advanced and click on the insert object. Now on my left hand side you will be able to see a window which says insert object. We have many properties, we have many objects which can be inserted by using script, and we are going to see how we can do it today. So let me just close this and let us understand what is toolbox also. So toolbox is a place where you will be able to see the ready-made objects. Okay, so you will be able to see different kind of models, different kinds of plugins, audio, images, mesh and videos which you can directly import in your game and you can use it. So it is like a time saver for us. Okay, now let us come back to the Explorer. So as I told you, Explorer will be containing different services and the list of the objects that we will be needing that we want to use in our project. Now, let us understand what is property, a very important thing in the Roblox Studio and the topic of today's. So, property controls how your part look and how it functions inside your game. So, a Roblox part will be having a list of property which describe how it's going to act in the game, how it's going to look, behave in the game. Now, let me just very quickly go to the home and add a part. So, let us take a block. So, here we have a block. So, let us zoom on it. So, you can change the name or you can keep the name as the same. Okay, so here you can see that the part is added inside our game. Now, whatever you see will be placed in the workspace. If I shift this part in any other service, let us say lightning or in the replicated storage, you will not be able to see it. Okay, you will be only able to see it if it is present inside the workspace. Now, what is workspace? So, workspace is the place where you will be having all your services. Okay, it contains all the parts, objects that are present in the game and which are also visible to the player. Okay, so that he can edit them, he can make the changes with them. Now, as we are talking about the properties, you can see once the part is selected in the Explorer, you will be able to see its property in the property tab. Now, let me just shift the property tab on my left so that we will be able to see it clearly. Okay. Yeah, let us just place it over here. So now, here you can see the selected part has these properties. So in appearance, we have the brick color, we have the cast shadow, color, material, reflectancy and transparency. In data, we have locked, name and parent. And next in transformation, we have size, position, and its orientation. Whereas we have different properties, that is the anchor, cancelide, etc. So today we are going to try a few of the property using the script. We will be editing it using a script. Okay, so now let me place this once again over here so that we can write the code. Okay, now if I deselect the part, we are not able to see the property in the property tab. Okay, so it will be only seen once you select it. So here it is called as referencing. Okay, so referencing means we are telling the script like where the object is in the workspace. Okay, we are locating the object inside the workspace. Okay, now we need to change some property when the game is currently being run. Okay, so there is a time where we want to make certain changes when the game is going on. So at this time, you cannot change the property manually. You will have to take the help of the script. So that's why we will be using the script to change the property of the part that we have added. Okay, so let's see how we can add a script and how we can start the coding in basic Lua language. Now let's just go to the home and add a part. Now here, once the part is added, you will be able to see it in your workspace. Now let us understand what is a part. So part are the basic building block of the game, which you can use to create a series of a platform. Okay, so here let us rename it. So you can see I can just click over here and I can rename, or I can just go to the property and I can rename it from here. So I will be renaming it as a block. Okay, so now once it is deselected, you are not able to see the property in the property tab. Now let me just click on the block and select it, and this way we can just manually change the property. Okay, so you can just change the color, you can change its material. So let us make it as neon. So there you go. So this way you can just do it manually. But today we are going to see how we can do it using a script. So what is a script? Script is a place where we can write the code and it will be executed line-wise. So script allows us to carry out the task that we need to perform in an order during the runtime. So it makes our game very much interactive. So let us just go to the server script service, click on the script, and there you go, your script will be added. So it is the best practice to always name whatever you are adding inside your Explorer. Okay, so that we don't get confused. So here I will be renaming the script as basic scripting. Okay, now the very first line which you are able to see is print parentheses and in inverted commas we have hello world with the exclamation mark. Now let's try to run it, but before that let me open the output window. Let me just go to the test and click on the play. So once I click on the play, you see three options over there which says play, play here and run. So once you say play, it will be spawning you wherever you have a spawn point along with the character. Next, play here, you will be selecting one part or one object from the workspace and you will be clicking play here. So it will be spawning you right over there, right on that part or the object that you have selected. Whereas run, it will be running the project, it will be running the script, but it won't be allowing the character to spawn. So as of now, we don't want our character to be seen in the game. So we will be just clicking on the run. So once I click on the run, you can see in the output window, it will be printing hello world. So can you see here? Yeah. So like in this way, the print statement works. So which is already written for us, but right now we don't want it. So we will be just removing. Now, let us understand referencing once again. So as I told you, referencing means we are telling the script which part we need to work on, whose property we need to change, and where that part has been located inside our game. Now, you need to understand what is a game and how we are going to reference the path. So this whole thing right now which you are viewing is called as a game. So we call it as a game. Okay, and whatever are present inside this are the services. Okay, now here when we will start referencing it, we will be starting by writing the service as game, then we will give a dot. Now our part is present inside the workspace, so that's why I'll just say workspace, because once in the game, then we need to go to the workspace. You can autofill, which is the best practice, so that it will avoid any spell errors and syntax errors. So like you can see, the dot means what? It tells the scripts that you need to go inside it. So you can see automatically it is showing us the name of the part, that is the block. So I'll just press enter and it will be autofilled for us. Now, after this, we need to tell the script which property of this particular part or this particular object we need to change. So now we are going to change the transparency. So right now, if I'll just go to the part and check the transparency, so you can see it's a 0. Okay, it's opaque, we can see it. Once I make it 1, it will be totally transparent. Now we are going to keep it as 0, and instead of changing it manually, we will try to change it using a script. So here I'll just make it as half transparent, so that's why I will say 0.5. Now let me just close this output tab. Let me go back to the test and we will be running it. So now you can see transparency is 0, but after we run it, the transparency will be changing to 0.5. So there you go. You can see that the transparency is being changed. Also, I will show you it in the property tab. So let me first select it. So here you can see that the transparency is changed to 0.5. Okay, now let us click on the stop. And once again, let us go to the basic script. Now, we will try to change the other property of this particular block that we have taken. Now, once again, let us write game. So we will be referencing it in the same way, workspace.block. Now, the next property that we are going to change is the material. So I'll just say material. Right now, if you will see, the material is plastic. Okay, let us try to change it to grass. Now, if you see, the transparency is written in a number. Okay, it is numeric, which is an integer value. But the material, you can see if there is a drop down, all this are written in a string. So we need to put an inverted comma. So let's just add an inverted commas, and inside that I'll just write the material that I want to change. So I want to change it to grass, so I have written it as grass. Now let us go to the test. Let's click on run and let's see if the material is changing from plastic to glass. So here you can see it's been changed to grass. So let me just go to the Explorer, click on the block, and right there you can see it's changed to grass. So if I change the color to green, you will be able to see it exactly that it is changed to grass. Okay, so this way you will be able to see it. Okay, now let us click on stop and let us go back to the basic scripting. Now, you can do this material property in a different way. So how? Let us see that. So for this, we are going to use a word, or we can say a code, which is called as Enum. Now, let us understand what is Enum. So here Enum means enumeration. So enumeration is a special data type that can take one of set of the values. Now, let us choose this from the predefined block. So here you can see we have this lot of materials which are available in this drop down section. So you can see ice, leafy grass, limestone, marble, metal, mud, neon, etc, etc, etc. So when we have such a drop down box, you can use the enum property. Now let me just put this line number 3 in a comment, and let us try number 2, like what is the second way through which we can change the material of this block. So here I'll just say game workspace block, and once again I need to change the material, so I will select the property as material. Now once this has been done, I will be putting an equal to sign, and now instead of directly writing the material, I will use enum. Okay, so I will say enum dot material, and once again if I put a dot, you will be able to see a drop down. So from this drop down, you can select whatever you want. Now let me just select, okay, grass. Let us try with the grass only. Now let us go to the test and let's click on run, and let's see if it is changing once again to grass from plastic. So let us click on this. Yeah, so you can see it is changed to grass. So in the property tab also, if you will check, your material has changed from plastic to glass. So we have seen like how we can change material in both the ways. Okay, so using the basic name and using the enum. So it is a best practice to use enum, so that you will be able to get the drop down and you can select the material whichever you want. Okay, so after this we will be changing the property of the block. So let us just click on the block and we will try to change the brick color. Now let me tell you like what is a brick color. So brick color, let us set a preset color from the palette. So if I just click over here, you can see the color palette. Okay, so each of the colors will be having a specific name. So you can see as soon as I'm taking my cursor, it is showing the name of that color. So toothpaste, lime green. Okay, so like you will be able to see the names of the color if you will place your cursor on it. So cyan. So now this color, okay, represent its RGB value. Now what is RGB value? So RGB value is a set of 3 values, that is the red, green and blue. So which when mixed together will give you a new color. Okay, so let us just set a color. So I will be taking this electric blue. Okay, now this is how the color is set manually. Now let's try doing it with the script. So let us once again go to our basic scripting, and here once again we will start referencing our part. So it is game.workspace.block. And this time I'm going to change the brick color. So I'll just say brick color equals to, so the syntax to change the brick color is brick color dot new. So as soon as you write brick color dot new, you will be able to see a parentheses. Inside that you have to put the inverted commas and it will ask you which color you want. So as we have selected the material as grass, let us just take a green color. So I will just write it here, sea green. Let's try sea green. And now let us go to the test and let us run our code. So now our color should change to sea green. Okay, there you go. So you can just see that the color of the part is changed to sea green. Even you can check it over here in the property tab. So it's changed to sea green. Okay, so now this is how we will be changing the brick color. So what is the syntax? It's brick color dot new. Now let us understand how we can change the color. So here you can see we have the color which is using the RGB value. Okay, so the RGB now. So this is the palette for the color, and you will be able to see the RGB values changing as soon as I move the palette. Okay, so for different color we have different RGB value. So let us see how we can change the color property. So right now the color is sea green. So let us see how we can change it. So here once again we will start referencing our object so that our script will come to know where it's located. So I'll say block dot, and this time I want to change the color, so I will just take color, and here I will use the syntax that is color3 dot, and I will say from RGB. Okay, so now you will see 3 symbols along with the parentheses. So you need to click on the middle one, so the palette will be open for you, and whatever color you want you can just select. So as of now let us just select dark green color. So you can see the red value is 0, green value is 85, blue value is 0. Now let's click on OK, so it will be autofill. You can fill it manually or you can just click on this circle and you can fill the desired value. Now let me just click on stop once again. Now let's go to the test and let's run it. So from sea green, it should change to the dark green. So now you can see. So let me show it to you in the property panel also. So see, from sea green, it has changed to the parsley green. Okay, so this way you can just change the brick color as well as the color of the part. Okay, now the last property which we are going to see is the anchor property. Now let me tell you what anchor property does. So let us go a bit far. Let me just click on this part. Let me go to the home and let me move it up in the air. So if I run this now, let us go to the test and run it. You will see that the part is going to fall off. Okay, it's going to fall on the ground. Why? Because it's not anchored. Okay, we haven't anchored it, so it will not stay in the air. Instead, it will fall down on the basement. But if suppose in my game, I want the part to be in the air, so what can be done is, we will set its anchor property to false, correct? So here if you will see, now this is the anchor property in the part. So if I anchor it, okay, and now let us just, run it. So you will see that the part stays in the air, it doesn't fall. Okay, so if the anchor property is true, it will make your part stay in the air. Okay, so now let me just stop it. Okay, so as of now, we have set the part in the air. Okay, but now what I want to do, when the script runs, this part should fall down on the big screen. Okay, this is what I need to script for. So let us go to the basic scripting once again and let us reference our part workspace.block dot. This time we are changing the anchor property. Now here I will be just making it as false because we have made it as true right over here. You can see the anchor property is true. Yeah. So here it is ticked, means it is true. So anchor property is basically a Boolean property, okay? True and false. So it is true, but when the execution starts, I want it to be set as false so that our part falls down. So let us go to the test, click on run. Now you will see that the part will fall down. Okay, there you go. So you can see the part is now on the base plate. Earlier, before running the script, it was in the air, but once we run the script, it has fall on the ground. Okay, now let us try one more property, that is the name property. So here you can change the name. So you can just say game.workspace.block.name. Now I want to change the name. So as the name is containing of string, that is the characters, so once again it will be written in inverted commas, and instead of block, now I want to name it as my block. Okay, so let us just go to the test, let us click on run, and now I will observe the change in the workspace. So let me just, yeah, okay, so the part is fall, the colors are changed. Now you can see here it's changed to my block from block. Okay, so in today's session, we have just learned the basic scripting in Roblox using the Lua language, where we have studied about the properties. Okay, so we did the transparency, material, brick color, anchor property, and name. So if you like the video, please share, subscribe, and like it. Thank you.